Crack down on criminals in Canada. The government has been accused of being too soft on crime. Criminals, the so-called revolving door, are let out because of lenient laws on bail, and some recommit in the communities. Enough is enough, according to the Prime Minister. Let's listen in to Sean Fraser as he makes this announcement on toughening up the system.
To address our fellow Canadians. Today is about stronger laws and safer communities. This morning, we introduced the Bail and Sentencing Reform Act. This is a package of sweeping reforms that includes more than 80 targeted measures that will make bail laws stricter and sentencing tougher, in particular for violent and repeat offenders. This new law follows extensive consultation with law enforcement, provinces and territories, municipalities, and community partners. Aujourd'hui, on sait à propos des lois plus strictes, des communautés plus chaudes. Nous rendons la mise en liberté sous caution plus difficile et les peines plus sévères. Alors, ces réformes découlent de consultations avec les provinces et territoires et services policiers aussi. Across the country, Canadians are feeling the strain of a justice system that frankly has failed to keep up with what they're feeling and what they're seeing in their communities. I remember the last time the Jays were in the World Series. I was a kid who was playing ball hockey and riding bikes with my friends until we lost daylight. We never worried about our safety, and neither did our parents. The people I talked to today, to the Chiefs' point, they're afraid, and I understand why. They see repeat offenders coming in and out of the justice system. Organized crime that is targeting businesses and random unprovoked violence in their neighborhoods. It's bad enough that people feel the need to get cameras on their doorsteps, but in some instances, they're literally watching them, seeing people break into their homes and steal cars from their driveways. We can't accept this, not in Canada. Today, we are changing the law with a stronger focus on public safety. Last week in Alberta, we met as federal, provincial, and territorial ministers responsible for both justice and public safety. I want to say thank you to those partners in particular. Although we as the federal government may hold the pen when it comes to changing Canada's criminal laws, it's the provinces who have the responsibility to administer the system. And as part of a team effort, they deserve to be listened to. Many of the reforms that are in this bill are the product of our partnership with provinces and territories and our shared national commitment to keep Canadians safe and restore public confidence in the justice system. Trop de Canadiens que le système ne suit plus la réalité.
Canadians feel that the system doesn't follow reality. Too many people are scared, and I understand them. It's not acceptable in Canada. Public safety must always come first. We are moving forward with the provinces and territories to reestablish confidence and reestablish public safety.
Is part of a broader, comprehensive plan that will strengthen public safety right across the country. It rests on three key pillars. First is stronger laws that protect communities and keep dangerous offenders off our streets. Second, it will involve support on the front line, including 1,000 new RCMP, 1,000 new border officers, and better tools for both police and prosecutors. Third, we know that it will take upstream investments aimed at preventing crime in the long term, including specifically affordable and supportive housing, mental health and addictions, and programs for youth who are at risk.
First, stronger laws to protect our communities. Secondly, more support for first line, front lines, for the police and prosecutors. And third, long-term prevention with housing, mental health, and youth programs. Today, we're talking about stronger laws.
We are focused on stronger laws to protect our communities. Let's start with bail. We are going to change the criminal law to ensure that the bail system is not viewed as some get-out-of-jail-free card. We're going to ensure that bail hearings treat public safety as a paramount concern. When risks to the public cannot be managed, offenders will be detained. La mise en liberté sous caution n'est pas un passe-droit.
Bail is not a blank check, because when there's a risk, we should
from business associations and provinces that the bail system needs to respond not only to the most violent crime in our society, but also to the highest volume offenders who do not respect the law and are repeatedly released into our communities only to offend again and again. Though these individuals make up a small proportion of our population, they can, in some instances, represent a huge proportion of the criminal activity that we actually witness in our communities. This is eroding public trust in the justice system, and this new law will make it easier for courts to order the most high-volume offenders to be detained. We heard directly from police organizations and from provincial governments in particular that reverse onuses should be introduced at bail for certain serious crimes. In most bail hearings, prosecutors must demonstrate a person should be detained before a court denies them bail. A reverse onus flips that rule, meaning the accused must convince the court that they should be released. Dans certains cas graves,
in certain serious cases, with detention, the accused needs to prove that they're not a public danger.
Provisions for certain serious offenses, including things like home invasion, auto theft, human smuggling and human trafficking, violent extortion, certain instances of assault and sexual assaults, and repeat violent crime with a weapon. We are also imposing a reverse onus on someone who has been convicted of crime and is awaiting sentencing. We have seen, sadly, tragedies play out in this country, including crimes committed by people who have been found guilty, but who are not yet incarcerated. Not only will we be clarifying the principle of restraint in this bill, making it clear that the latter principle does not apply in reverse onus scenarios, and adding more offenses that will be subject to reverse onuses, we're also going to ensure that in those reverse onus scenarios, the accused must provide information that clearly demonstrates they do not pose a public safety risk. We're here in Ontario today, and I'd like to extend my gratitude to my counterpart, Attorney General Doug Downey, for his extraordinary level of collaboration in advancing this particular proposal and many other reforms that are included in this legislation. I want to spend a few moments to talk not just about bail, but also about sentencing. We are introducing new aggravating factors that will lead to stiffer penalties for violent and repeat offenders. We've also decided to do the same for crimes committed against first responders, for organized retail theft, and theft that harms essential infrastructure. Donc des peines plus longues pour les récidivistes, violents et les
longer sentences for violent
people who protect us, the businesses that serve us, or the infrastructure that powers us, you should expect a tougher sentence. Si vous attaquez un policier,
if you attack a policeman, steal a car, or damage our infrastructure, expect a more severe sentence.
That denunciation and deterrence should play a central role in determining the appropriate sentence for home invasion and auto theft. We wish to send a signal to would-be criminals that we will not tolerate their behavior and that there will be serious consequences for their criminal activity. This bill also restores driving prohibitions for criminal negligence causing death or bodily harm, ensuring that dangerous drivers face consequences and victims' families can see justice done. If your negligence kills or seriously injures someone with a vehicle, we don't think that you should be behind the wheel. Les interdictions de conduire sont rétablies pour négligence.
Driving interdictions are re-established for
si votre négligence
causing serious injury. You won't drive.
This bill ensures real accountability for serious and repeat crime. It will encourage courts to see that someone who commits multiple crimes and receives multiple sentences serves a sentence for each of their crimes. If you're sentenced to 2 years for one crime and 4 for another, we believe that you should serve 6. C'est-à-dire des peines consécutives pour des crimes multiples.
That is to say, consecutive sentences. 2 plus 6 years is 6.
We're going to change certain laws from previous governments that we do not believe are working today. Right now, someone who commits sexual assault could end up serving their sentence at home in the same community as their victim. We've heard from victims that that doesn't feel like justice. We will ensure that people who commit sexual assault and sexual crimes against children do not receive house arrest. The justice system is only going to work, though, if we continue to work together. Le système fonctionne seulement si on travaille ensemble.
The system only works if we work together.
I want to reiterate my thanks to a number of caucus colleagues who are here today, many of whom have engaged in this process and are going to see their advocacy reflected in this bill. It's also important that we work across levels of government, regardless of party. I want to say thanks once again to every provincial and territorial partner who have helped inform our work on these changes to Canada's criminal laws. We need that same spirit of partnership and collaboration when it comes to the implementation of these reforms. Though the federal government is responsible for the text of the criminal code, provinces run the system. We know that they are as committed to public safety as we are, and we look forward to seeing how they will support community policing, prosecution services, bail hearings, provincial courts, detention facilities, and victim services. Nous allons fixer les codes criminels. Les provinces dirigent l'administration de la
We
justice.
have a criminal
We
court,
will
but
continue to
the
work closely with every provincial and territorial government to ensure that these reforms that we're advancing today protect Canadians in the real world once the laws are adopted. To close, I just want to say that this is the Bail and Sentencing Reform Act. It involves stricter bail and tougher sentences. It is about safer homes, safer streets, and safer communities. To the Canadians who want to see the government take control of our criminal laws, we have listened to you. Les Canadiens veulent des communautés sûres.
Canadians want safe communities, and we
have
heard
listened
them.
to you, and we've listened to partners who know what they are talking about because they work in the system. These reforms are one piece to the puzzle. They build on laws that we have already introduced in this sitting to strengthen our borders and to address hate crimes in this country. And we aren't done yet. We will soon be introducing yet another criminal law to address intimate partner violence, sexual crime, exploitation of kids, the rights of victims, and delays in the criminal justice system. Canadians deserve to feel safe in their homes and in their communities. These new criminal laws will help bring us closer to that reality. Thank you so much. Merci tout le monde.